Hi, my name is Jeremy Johnson. I'm on house arrest and I have a job. I have to travel to that job. I have to use the train to travel to that job. And the train takes an hour and a half sometimes. Commuting is difficult, especially when you're dependent on public transportation. So I asked for an hour and a half to travel. And every week, Cook County cuts that hour and a half down because they don't believe me. I don't know why they don't believe me, but they don't believe me. And they cut my time. So, on December 21st, 2021, I recorded myself having several conversations with the Cook County Sheriff Department about why my movement was getting cut and whether or not we can come to some sort of agreement because I'm not lying about my movement. This is what happened.
Electronic monitoring. This is Sherry. How can I help you?
Hi, Sherry. My name is Jeremy Johnson. My OID number is 02 008 17013.
Okay. How can I help you?
I wanted to call to ask a couple of questions about the nature of the movement that I just got approved. It looks like I asked for an hour and a half to travel back and forth to work because the train I take is constantly under construction and there are a lot of delays. So even though it should take me like 35 to 45 minutes to get to work, it takes longer because the train just stops. Um, and the hour and a half that I've been asked for has gotten cut down to an hour. And this happens a lot where I'll ask for an hour and a half and they'll cut it. I know one time Cook County called me and asked why I'm asking for an hour and a half when their Google said it only took 20 minutes for me to get back and forth to work. They were Googling it at 11:30 p.m. when there was no traffic and when the train was running normally, which does not account for delays and does not account for rush hour. So I don't know why they did it the worst way possible instead of just checking the time when I actually travel. So I was hoping I could talk to somebody about why my movement time keeps getting cut because it's making me tardy for work.
Okay. So for the for the days that you've been approved for, you would need an extra 30 minutes attached to that.
Yeah, potentially. And I asked for it in the original email. They cut it, and they've done that multiple times before. And like I said earlier, they called me and said I was lying about how much time I needed because they said on their computer it says it only takes 30 minutes, and that don't. I mean, it take 30 minutes to get back and forth to work at 11:30 p.m. when they Googled it, but like during rush hour, we know how traffic is and we know how the train is. Like we know it don't work like that, especially not in winter. Like I don't know why they investigated it like that, but that was probably the worst possible way for them to look up how much time it takes for me to get to work. I don't know why they did it like that. Like even if they track my movement data, it takes longer than that to get back and forth. So I don't even know whether they're not doing it that way. Like I don't know why they've cut my movement and they've done it multiple times before. And like I'm not trying to travel home and then catch a violation because I didn't make it home in time because they cut my movement.
Okay. So you said they were accounting for the like traffic and
Yeah, they're not accounting for traffic and they're not accounting for train construction, which ain't gonna pop up on Google until the day it happens, in the middle of it happening. I just want the time I asked for. Like I'm not playing them. I go home straight from work and I go straight to work. I don't stop. I don't know why they made that a problem, but they've made it a problem multiple times.
okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and send a request for those extra 30 minutes, and then send them like a detailed explanation of why you need that. So hopefully this time they'll consider, the traffic and the train construction. And I did note also that you're saying that Google does not make like it doesn't account for train construction like when it's like happening right there in the middle. So
Yeah.
hopefully that'll help them to make a better decision. Hopefully, crossing my fingers for you. But I'll put in the request, and then you can give us a call back. I would say maybe later on today or tomorrow to check on your request. Okay.
Okay. After I got off of the phone, Cook County actually called me back, which I was not expecting. So I didn't get all of the call on camera, but I got enough of it, and this is what occurred. 2 hours, I'm asking for an hour and a half because the Brown line has a lot of delays because it's been under construction lately. There was a shuttle bus situation where it was stopping for an inordinate amount of time and not moving until the shuttle buses showed up. And in order to account for that so that I can actually make it to work on time, I'm asking for an hour and a half just in case something goes wrong with public transportation because I depend on public transportation.
Hold on a minute. When it initially was put in, protocol put in for 2 hours. That's why I was.
Okay, no.
And it was put down to an hour.
Yeah, no, I asked for an hour.
And if you're taking the Brown line, you did say it's been delayed. Even with the Brown line now, it only takes you 20 minutes.
Yeah, the Brown line takes 20 minutes to get to my station most days. Like when I get there, there's a 13 to 15 minute wait. Then it sits for like 10 minutes. And then it moves. And then it's the actual 20-minute ride. So like standard, it's actually 46. Googling it don't account for the real-time delays. Like if you Google it today and I go to work tomorrow, what's actually going to happen, the reality of my commute, is not going to be reflected in what Google is saying. It almost never does. Like you got to actually get on the train and see what actually happens.
All right, I will give you the extra half an hour, and I'll make a note in here that you said that the Brown line. What's going? You say it's construction. Something going on with it?
Yeah, it's been under construction since like late September, early October, which I've been put in a couple of emails, which is probably why Protocol was asking for the 2 because they know about the delay. But I've only been asking for an hour and a half, so I never put in 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, you can check the email that I've been putting in. I've never asked for 2 hours. It's always been an hour and a half. I don't know why Protocol is doing that. That's something they're doing on their end, not me. I got receipts for that. Like it's in the email.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.
Now, the person on the phone said that it takes 20 minutes to get from my house to my job. That's the whole commute.
And if you're taking the Brown line, you did say it's been delayed. Even with the Brown line now, it only takes you 20 minutes.
Yeah, the Brown line takes 20 minutes to get to my station most days. Like when I get there, there's a 13 to 15 minute wait. Then this is a picture that I took waiting for the train. Notice how one is due, but there's no train there. Train did not show up. There wasn't a train there. And the next one isn't coming for 19 minutes. I'm not going to say anything. The next video is going to be me leaving work at 5 o'clock and looking at how long it takes for a train. It's the train, right? 14 minutes to my stop. That's almost a full 20, and then 23 minutes for the next train, and then another 30. County keeps accusing me of lying about the train times, and I'm not. It takes all fucking day, and they cut my movement time again, so I only have an hour to get home. And if there's another delay, I'm gonna be here for half an hour waiting for a train, which is why I kept telling them I need more time to get home. I need the hour 30, not just the 1 hour. Now here's a video with a timestamp, almost 30 minutes after I got off of work, waiting for the train. It's almost 5:30. I got off at 5. That's how long it took the train to get here. Now she said,
even if you're taking the Brown line, you did say it's been delayed. Even with the Brown line now, it only takes you 20 minutes.
And I said, yeah, the Brown line takes 20 minutes to get to my station most days. Like when I get there, there's a 13 to 15 minute wait. Then I'm not going to say anything. I'm just showing you all that I told County that the trains were delayed and that I needed more time to get back and forth for work because it takes longer than the 20 minutes that Google is saying. And County elected to not believe me and then tamper with my movement, and that this has happened more than once. I'm not going to say anything. Just know that I told County the truth about my movement, and they tampered with my movement anyway, because they did not believe me when I told them the truth. And when I called them to correct this mistake, they did give me the extra half hour to get to work, but they still only left me with 1 hour to get back. During rush hour, I'm not going to say anything. Just know, county called me because they thought I was lying about my movement. And then when they corrected the mistake, they only did half. I'm not going to say anything, but